Hey everyone, John Henry here, and today in the market psychology video, we're going to be taking a look at the euro. Very interesting day today, considering yesterday was really nothing more than just a big old range, right? We're coming off the highs, pushed down, found support off the lows. They sold off the highs, they bought off the lows, they sold off the highs. We open up this morning and we are, guess what? Smack right back at the highs again, right? We're right in the highs. This is the area where the buyers and sellers really need to fight over because this could be a breakout for continuation to the upside, but if they fail, that's a really big clue to the downside, and they did end up failing. It got pretty nasty here for the first half hour or so, but then we saw this guy right here. And that big, massive bear candle closing very near its lows, breaking down, closing underneath the morning swing low, closing back underneath the highs from yesterday. Everything showing that the bears are taking control. The buyers tried so hard to get the move going above, and every single time, notice where a lot of the wick is, it's all at the highs. And that's mainly because it ended up being a failure. Sellers sold into the buyer's attempt and dove the market down. And this is really the first obvious clue to get in. Yeah, if you're aggressive, you could be selling up here and trying to scale in, but there's not really a way to know that that's what's going to happen until right here. Beautiful bearish move down, and that allowed the sellers to tank the market lower. Now, we can't forget the fact that this is still a range. We have a range sentiment off the start of the morning. We're very likely going to find buyers trying to buy the lows of a move, and it makes sense. We started off the day with a range. We know that we need to, in a range, buy low, sell high. So the first attempt up from the buyers is a very likely candidate for a quick scalp at the very least. In this case, with such a strong move down, you're probably only going to get back to the moving average, but that's really all we're looking for, right? In this case, yeah, there may be some range traders that are looking for a cycle back up to the highs, but contextually, it doesn't make any sense. In this case, you'd be looking for a move back to the moving average, and then from there, if you find resistance there, knowing that it's a trend, knowing that we're starting to find other areas of resistance, knowing that the sellers are obviously slamming lower, we need to find areas of resistance to sell off of, but given the overall range sentiment, you can still make do with a couple quick buy bounces. We found immediate resistance off of that prior reversal level right here, as well as nearing the top of that channel. Beautiful move off of that as well for a quick dive back to the lows. There will be some buyers that buy into this move, but there's a lot of weakness down here, and we've already seen the buyers fail and fail and fail. I don't really trust them anymore, especially given the context. We're probably going to be cycling down to the bigger range, which in this case is the prior low of day. That's the major objective for sellers who sold up here. They're looking to go back to the range lows in the bigger picture. So knowing that information, buying is now off the table. We can't really buy until we get down into this area. We see the sellers pull back into the moving average again. The wider channel now begins to show respect. The buyers tried breaking higher, trapped the buyers in with a one tick move through, immediately pushed right back down, closed on its lows for another beautiful signal for sellers to drive in and slam the market down. In this case, it dunked all the way down into their major objectives, and guess where we're seeing a bounce? Not really much of a surprise there. Buyers are coming in the form of sellers taking profit. It makes a lot of sense here because that is the prior low of day, and that was the major objective for all of the sellers who've been selling since the open. So just a beautiful combination of not only technical analysis, but market psychology in there as well. Hopefully you found it interesting. Hopefully you learned something, and we'll see you next time.